15 levels at a time.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you can pay to not do the battle pass that you paid to buy. So they actually embrace the perfect world and model of monetization, which is you can by making people literally pay to not play your game.
Yes.
So yeah, don't do that. It's incredibly. It's. I would think the only purpose would be if you paid for a battle pass and it's like 2 days left and you're not done. You know, you're like missing 15 levels. You're not going to get to 15 levels in 2 days unless you go full time. So I could see doing it that way to save and get all the rewards from the battle pass. But I mean, again, um, Neverwinter, made by Perfect World and Cryptic, came out with this great idea. They made really shitty content in these campaigns and then sold campaign completion tokens. So it because the campaigns took 30 to 45 days of daily grinding to complete. So everybody hated them. So what they did is they sold the completion tokens. So everybody literally paid to not play the game. Which I find like got to be one of the greatest business models ever created in gaming. Where you literally can pay to not have to play. It is just is I'm sorry, as a gamer who likes to do stuff and likes games for their playability, I just always just think it's just the most hilarious thing in the world that people will literally pay to not play something. Like, isn't that the whole point? Is to play the game? You know, I get the argument of exchanging money for time in a game.
Yeah.
I get that argument, and I understand that argument 1,000%. But I also have this argument. Well, perhaps that type of game is not your type of game.
Right.
Because you don't have the hours it takes to play that type of game. Maybe that is not your kind of game. I don't know.
And they are different.
They're different. Yeah, they're not the same as the stuff in the bazaar. Some of the stuff comes back around. I think we've seen some stuff come back around. I can't remember for sure. But it is completely different. So think of the bazaar as the new DLCs, right? So they used to produce these DLC packs, right? Now they produce items for the bazaar, which are like little DLCs. Because DLCs, except for SIPTA, did not add any content. They just added building blocks, cosmetics, and things like that. Well, see, and I'm a completionist as well, especially in MMOs. Like, I want to get everything, but I literally, I played Neverwinter for 7 years, and I think I pretty much had everything except for like the very latest item from the cash shop. But that was, I mean, I don't even know how many hours I put in Neverwinter in 7 years. I probably played for 4 years out of 7 years, like in game time, because I was in that game like all the time. And but I get people want to complete stuff, and the time versus money argument. I get that one 100%. So if somebody wants to pay to complete, I understand it. I just think it's bizarre. Like, only from this standpoint, save your money and your time by doing something else, right? Like, you could play something else that wouldn't make the demands of your time and money like the game you're playing. And so that's kind of where I look at it. Maybe a little bit weird, but that's sort of how I try to explain it to people. It's like, if you've got, because you don't have the time to play that game, the way you want to play it, maybe that's not the game you should be playing, really. Like, you know what I mean? Like, take that money you would spend on that game and get a game that you will enjoy playing,